behavior authors will be tolerated and violators are subject to ejection and possible prosecution. La Junta del Concilio de la Ciudad de Socorro está por comenzar. Caballeros, favor de quitarse las cachuchas y sombreros y todos favor de poner en silencio todo equipo electrónico. No se va a tolerar ningún tipo de comportamiento perjudicial o revoltoso. A quien no siga estas reglas se las sacará y puede ser infraccionado.
All right.
Meeting is on order. We are pleased to rise to the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Castaneda, will lead us in the pledge. I pray for
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Establishment of quorum.
Victor Perez.
Here.
René Rodriguez is absent. Joseph Foley.
Here.
Jesus Ruiz.
Here.
Sergio Cox.
Yes, ma'am.
And Gloria Rodriguez. Here. Mayor, we do have a quorum.
Public comment?
Mayor, we have 3 individuals signed up for public comment. The first speaker, Arturo Robles. Mr. Robles, you have 3 minutes.
Ok, buenas tardes. Uno es muy sencillo. ¿Qué está pasando con la calle calle Horizon? Ya tiene muchos años que se desarrolló, hubo fondos para respirar el proyecto y nada. Pero no puede ser posible que yo esté haciendo el trabajo de ustedes, señor. Porque yo trabajo 6 días a la semana. Un día que descanso, un día que descanso domingo, pues nadie está trabajando. El señor Cox no me va a hacer mentir. Me dijo que el problema estaba en Texas DAT. Yo en Texas DAT fui y dice que ustedes son los que nos hicieron la maintenance con el Paso Electric Company para que movieran los postes de luz. Y sí es cierto, porque los postes están ahí y no están en ningún movimiento. Primero dijeron ustedes que estaban comprando propiedades, luego quisieron hacer un estudio que parecía maestría porque se hizo muy largo. Ahora le la nombraron. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Por qué se detiene? No hay nada. Ya van a terminar el otro producto que está aquí. No hay nada. La carretera está tanto que nos queremos que la ley, que respetar la ley para manejar. No tenemos líneas para la calle, no hay línea no sabemos cuáles son los carriles que se paran. Alumbrado, no hay alumbrado, nada. No hay alumbrado. El gas que está ahí, terrible. Me gustaría que ya me lo arruinaron en la casa. Parece es una carretera del estado. Va a ser mucho tráfico, eso va a ser muy peligroso. Yo pienso que lo van a enterrar y lo dejaron a la vista. Está muy peligroso eso, y en las casas. Teniendo tanto terreno aquí con los restringidos, ¿por qué no pusieron más para allá? Con usted, hace una semana queriendo tener una plática con usted y no a devolverme una llamada siquiera. Digo, eso no creo que esté bien.
Yo le devolví al señor y le dejé un mensaje, se le devolví y le dejé un mensaje a usted, y ahora creo que lo no ni bien para que sacaran una cuenta conmigo, pero yo sí le devolví la llamada a usted, le dejé un mensaje. Gracias.
Pues no lo recogí. Pues ustedes siempre andan buscando los contratos más baratos para la ciudad, o sea, que ofrezca más barato. Ahí nos arreglaron la calle para que no se inunde y se inundó. Ya tengo fotos del señor, les demostré cómo se nos inundamos ahí con la decisión de desagüe y nada sirvió. O sea, hay que hacer las cosas bien. No sé por qué está pasando para la carretera. ¿Para cuándo el proyecto? Para cuando que no me dan fecha.
Como usted dijo, es un proyecto de texta esto.
No, pero
el movimiento, eso es fundado por el Estado, entonces eso Socorro. Ahorita ahorita están cambiando las utilidades de un lado para el otro. Este proyecto, como usted ha dicho, ya tiene muchos años y ahorita están trabajando los Techstar. Ellos han viendo todas las utilidades de un lado para el otro, nosotros no. Cualquier queja, la ciudad de Socorro no tiene trabajadores ahí trabajando en ese proyecto. Eso es un dado por el Estado y nosotros damos dinero como ellos lo requieren. Pero los trabajadores nosotros están allá trabajando, ninguno de nosotros está trabajando, este es un proyecto del Estado. Como usted dijo, es una carretera del Estado, no de la ciudad. Es un
Servidor Robles, se le ha terminado su
Gracias.
tiempo.
Gracias a ustedes por la duda.
Gracias.
¿Cómo respondió?
Juan Castañeda. Señor Castañeda, tiene 3 minutos.
Les doy las buenas tardes a todas las personas aquí presentes. Y yo vengo a felicitarlos por el trabajo que se ha hecho, por nosotros. Yo aquí tengo ya muchos años viviendo aquí. Todo esto era casi Cotoquisa, que si no sé, me conoce ya muchos años, Gloria también. Y yo siempre he estado sirviendo aquí. Yo fui el líder de la comunidad de aquí, nos ha ayudado, quería quitar el correo. Yo hablé con el señor Silvestre Reyes, vino y nos ayudó. Y gracias a Gloria que estuvo ella trabajando para nosotros y no nos quitaron el correo. Y doy gracias porque todo el alumbrado, las calles no estaban trabajando, pero es imposible que tapar el sol con un dedo. Todo lo que están haciendo ustedes, tenemos que apoyarlos para que sigan adelante, porque todo lo que están haciendo es para el futuro de nuestros hijos, de nuestros nietos, y es posible que de la noche a la mañana haga usted la gloria, no se puede ser. Y gracias porque tenemos muy buenos trabajadores aquí responsables, la señorita, aquí ella y todo, Mr. Lofty. Yo desde que estoy aquí, yo empecé el departamento de bomberos de los Barranquillos cuando empezó la ciudad de Socorro. Y antes también estuve trabajando en eso. Yo iba a la lumbre solo, iba solo porque no había nadie en el día. Y yo siempre he estado muy orgulloso de ser de aquí de Socorro. Yo tengo hijos que son grandes aquí en el gobierno y gracias a Dios estoy orgulloso que son de aquí de Socorro. Y yo me siento un ciudadano bien orgulloso de vivir aquí en Socorro. Yo he puesto todo mi tiempo de mi vida aquí a la comunidad de Socorro. Gloria me conoce. Yo doy gracias a ella porque hicimos el departamento de bomberos que estaba terminado, mire, ella lo logró, aunque mucha gente renegó, pero mire, es mucho beneficio para mucha gente, señores, niños, ancianos, hay las computadoras, que de trabajo, todo eso, ¿a dónde no han visto? No se ha visto eso. El parque no tiene que usted estar aquí, ni nada, está hecho por aquí. Yo les he dicho que Socorro en los 15 años va a ser la ciudad con más progreso en el estado de Texas, mira. Más que lástima que hay muchos rebeldes, muchos que no saben lo que saben, porque nunca se han puesto a trabajar con ustedes. Y dos gracias y les agradezco a todos ustedes, a todos, gracias.
Mayor, for the record, Mr. René Rodriguez arrived to the meeting at 6:09. Our next speaker is Sergio Jaime.
And then Jim will be on 30 minutes late. He's back up on the agenda.
Mi nombre es Sergio Jaime.
Señor Jaime, tiene 3 minutos.
Yo quisiera saber que cada vez que piden un CEO, ¿verdad? Que le pongan a la agenda en qué lo van a invertir, qué es lo que van a hacer con ellos, para qué dijeron que iban a ser muy transparentes en las cosas. Yo no estoy viendo la transparencia en esa cuestión, ¿verdad? De que piden dinero y no dicen para qué lo quieren. Explíquenle a la ciudadanía para qué quieren ese dinero. No nomás ustedes hagan sus decisiones entre ustedes y digan, vamos a hacer esto, vamos a hacer lo otro, vamos a tener que comprar otro terreno, vamos a tener que hacer esto. Ahora el terreno eso que tenemos ahí en un lado de la Gold Green, señores, no sirve para nada. Está tan hondo, de 3 a 4 pies. ¿Qué van a hacer con ese terreno? Mejor véndanlo. Ya supe por ahí que lo iban a vender. En vez de que tengan ese letrero allí y todavía haciéndole propaganda a la corrupción del concilio pasado, entonces más vale que le pongan ir for sale ese terreno, y cuando vendan ese terreno entonces compren otro, pero ahorita no estamos para andar comprando terrenos. Por ahí dicen que están haciendo muy bien las cosas, no se les refleja en eso. La ciudad está toda destruida. En vez de hacer algo con ese dinero, empezar a arreglar ya calles para que se vaya viendo el reflejo de su trabajo, enseñen algo ya, por favor. No es posible que con tanto dinero que estamos endrogados, se deben todavía 16 millones y fracción, más lo que van a pedir. Fíjense en cuánto tiempo vamos a pagar ese dinero, 30, 35 años, y luego no tenemos nada más que puentes y a ver qué hacemos con esto. Vamos a comprar vamos a ponerle a la policía, vamos a hacer esto. Ahora, cámaras, ¿qué pasó con las cámaras que tenían? ¿Quién se las robó? Aquí había cámaras. ¿Y dónde están? Es que tienen que ponerse ustedes también a ver y escarbar desde atrás qué es lo que está pasando, qué es lo que pasó con ese concilio, para que así ustedes se guíen y sepan qué poder hacer ustedes y remediar las cosas. Pero no nomás así como, ay, pues vamos a tener que comprar esto. Todavía no sabemos ni cuánto dinero tenemos y ya estamos gastando lo que no debemos. Yo digo que es muy justo que ya se pongan las pilas y hagan algo bueno, pero que se refleje. Yo sé que no es muy fácil hacer las cosas, pero que se vaya viendo ya lo que se va haciendo, que de veras se vea. Es una cosa que ya necesitamos verlo. No donde las colonias nuevas a meterles más dinero, cuando nosotros hemos estado abandonados aquí. Tenemos 42 años, yo al menos 42 años aquí y yo no he visto nada bueno.
Señor Jaime, se le terminó
Ay,
su
por
tiempo.
favor. Gracias.
Gracias. Moving on to item number 5. Presentation by Anibal Olage, recognizing the organizations and community volunteers that collaborate with the city of Socorro to implement disaster relief. Mr. Olage.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Anibal Olage with Special Parties. As you recall, last month I provided you a report on the different activities that the city has been working with in partnership with numerous organizations that have responded to the need after the disasters when in September our city was flooded. Today we wanted to recognize, you had asked me to coordinate an event or a meeting with all the agencies that have been putting their efforts into these activities, and today we invited them to be here today. We have several representatives here today, and we have others that were not able to make it. And the mayor would like to say a few words and make the recognition.
Yes, I would. Mr. Rodriguez, want to go first? We do want to thank everybody that helped the city during the September floods after that. It was a disaster that hit Socorro, and I'm very glad the community rallied around the people of Socorro and provided services. We were out there every day, they were helping us as much as they could, and we certainly appreciate the help. And ever since then, we've been more involved in reaching out to organizations. They've reached out to us. Anibal has been very important in that effort. He's cleared a lot of the issues that we have here. We know that there's a lot of work to be done, but hopefully, we can improve on what happened and we can provide services to people of Socorro and continue to reach out to them and continue to foster that relationship with other organizations so that the people of Socorro can continue to benefit and they can find relief from the disaster. Anybody else from council like to say a few words?
I would just like to say thank you to all who helped and contribute. I think that it goes throughout council that feels the same way. We greatly appreciate your help. There's things that the city cannot do, and that's something that you guys came forward and helped us with, and we're very grateful. And we want to say thank you.
Mr. Cross?
I wasn't in office when that flood happened, but I do know that without our volunteers and our help, we couldn't have done it without you. And I just want to echo what they're saying. Thank you very much to all those groups that assisted us in our hour of need. Thank you very much.
Well, I believe that they stole all my words already, so thank you very much for everything. And it was a great help that you provided for our city in our time of need. So for that, thank you very much, and I will always keep you in the prayers.
Mr. Pettit?
Well, again, I wasn't on council at that time, but certainly, like any of the other community members, we were very much aware of what was going on in the city through the news media and whatnot. And so, with that in mind, please, from my area as well, please accept our heartfelt thanks, because just like it happened on this side of town, it could have happened very easily on any one of the other districts in Socorro. And so, with that in mind, thank you very much, and we hope that you will continue partnering and that we can still foster that relationship between you and the city. Thank you.
Mr. Paul?
Yeah, I just want to tell the people, thank you very much.
and may God bless you. And please keep on working with us and be patient with us. Because remember that we've only been in this office since May, and we can't do everything in 9 months. So please be patient with us, and we are going to work for Socorro and for the people of Socorro. And you are on mind, and we're going to try the best to do the best for all of you. Maybe some of you don't like it because we didn't do something for you. But I'm sorry, next round we'll do it for you, okay? So please, let's continue working together and be a team instead of one horse pulling this way and another horse pulling this way, and the plow don't go nowhere, okay? So thank you very much.
Would all the representatives please rise if you're here representing from the organization? Go ahead. We have the American Red Cross. We have Texas Impact. We have Avance El Paso. We have the Texas Hunger Initiative. We have the Rio Grande Council of Governments. Volunteer Organizations Active in Disaster, COAP. The Church of God.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, appreciate it. All right. Thank you.
The Community Emergency Response Team. The Grace Christian Center. The El Paso County General Assistance Office. Project Vowel. Rebuilding Together El Paso. And again, we just want to thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. You know, we went through a very big session of Socorro, and want to just thank you for coming out and helping us out here, and just reaching out to people of Socorro, providing all the help that you all provided. We appreciate it very much, and we look forward to work with you in the future. Hopefully, not in a disaster kind of way, just reaching out to you, building community, and we thank you again.
Thank you. I see you as a hero.
You at the mic, can we get a big group picture possible? Let's try to get a group picture first and then, council, all over the back. Okay, council, we need to get the council inside here. Yes, on the side. Yes, that would work. Okay, Mr. Bowling, you're gonna have to squeeze in a little bit.
Come on, give us.
I will squeeze in a second.
Anybody that would like to say a few words, you're welcome.
Hi, my name is Mark Mathis, Executive Director for the American Red Cross, and I'll ask me just to come up and say a few words. You know, I just can't tell you how proud I am to be here working with all these great volunteers and organizations who really, you know, at the worst of times, showed us their best. And I heard you say it too, these are everyday folks who really, you know, jumped out of bed in the middle of the night to come to the aid of people that they may not even have known, and that is the definition of heroes for us. So it's been a pleasure working with you. The work is far from done. We've been meeting every few weeks to work on recovery projects, and we'll continue to do that until, you know, the last person is helped. And hopefully we'll advocate as well for some improvements that can be made, so we try to avoid this type of thing in the future. But we are here, all of us, if you ever need us, to come out and talk to the residents, help on preparation as well, to make this easier the next time around, make sure that we can bounce back even faster and even stronger. That's what we want to see. So we're just very proud to do this for the community, but we can't do it without every single person's support. People think they can't do much, but you know, every dollar, every hour that's volunteered makes an impact. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Is there anybody else who'd like to say a few words? Again, we certainly appreciate your help, and we thank you on behalf of City Socorro. Thank you. Moving on to the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Rene Rodriguez, seconded by Victor Perez to approve the consent agenda. Victor Perez.
Aye.
Rene Rodriguez. Joseph Bowen.
Aye.
Sergio Cox. And Gloria Rodriguez. Yes.
Okay, I would like to go ahead and, if we can, please, go to item 16, just because Mr. Bowling is here and he's a busy man, that we can present his agenda item and then we can.
Make a, a second.
Motion made by Gloria Rodriguez, seconded by Rene Rodriguez, To move up item number 16, Victor Perez.
Aye.
Rene Rodriguez.
Aye.
Joseph Paulo.
Aye.
Sergio Cox.
Yes.
And Gloria Rodriguez.
Item 16, discussion and action on approving resolution 473, a resolution of the city of Socorro, Texas, authorizing the city of Socorro to waive permit fees in the amount of $35,000 as an in-kind contribution to demonstrate further support of the proposed Socorro Palms development. Presentation by Paul Vito.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council. I very much appreciate you moving me to the front of this agenda item. First, before we get started, I would like to address an item of disclosure. Although Councilman Bowling and myself spell our names exactly the same, to my knowledge, I don't think we're related at all. Maybe somewhere back years ago, but just so everyone's clear on that, we have no relation. So, and I appreciate your time. My family, the Bowling family in El Paso, has been building homes in the El Paso area since 1950. We're primarily a single-family home ownership home builder. About 15 years ago, we got involved in, we've always been in starter homes, first-time home buyers, low-income affordable housing. And about 15 years ago, we came into something called tax credit housing, which is affordable rental housing. It's not HUD housing. HUD doesn't have anything to do with this. It is affordable housing, but it's a IRS Treasury program whereby we as developers are able to finance projects and developments through the use of federal tax credits granted by the federal government. And we go into partnership with investors. The caveat is that we must agree with the state agency, the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, TDHCA, to keep the rents affordable. Affordable for the 60% area median family income family and below. So in the experience that we've had, we've done 22 different tax credit developments in the El Paso area. If you take a look at the binder that we put together, and we have some available for the general public if anyone of them would like. We've got extra copies to follow along. I wanted to start out showing you some of the visuals that we brought. This is the latest development in El Paso that we completed. It's called Canutillo Palms. And we'll leave these here for members of the public to come take a look at as well. This is typical of our latest developments, which, by the way, the actual most recent one we have finished is the one in Clint. It's called Clint Palms. It's right down on Alameda. It's right between the Border Patrol Complex, the Border Patrol Complex, and Clint High School. That development is 76 units. We're proposing something twice that size here for the city of Socorro, which would be 152 units. This, what we brought photos of, is the last one we did in El Paso. It was also finished about 12 months ago. It's called Canutillo Palms. It's right on the edge of Canutillo, right next to Canutillo High School. This is typical of the development. You see the facade here. What we've got is a community center where people can use to gather and hold community meetings, and we have a lot of different social services we provide. English as a second language. We provide GED courses and any other social services that we feel that the community needs. As part of the program, TDHCA requires us to put the social services on. We have to budget for it. We have a full-time social services community director in our company, and she coordinates with a lot of area local nonprofits and providers. They all come with playgrounds and facilities for, you've got basketball courts and volleyball courts typically. We have these cookout areas that we book for every 50 units. There's a barbecue grill and a patio like this with these little benches. And they're fully landscaped, and I think they're as nice as any market apartments that you find in El Paso. One thing unique that we do, and that's coming from a single-family home builder, well, two things really. First of all, we're very on the low density side. All of our developments are quadruplexes, so when you drive by them, they look like really kind of big houses, but they're fourplex units, each one of them. We don't believe in clustering low-income families into, Cabrini green style HUD housing where there's, 300 families on 3 acres or something like this. The site that we're proposing in Socorro is between 10 and 11 acres for the 152 units. So it'll be close to 15 or less units per acre. Getting to the site,
This is a site plan that we have. So here's Socorro Road, right here, and Passmore is right here, and Vineyard is over here. The elementary school, okay, Competitive Elementary School is right here. It doesn't actually abut this property, but it's right next to it. So we're right here on Socorro Road, and then Vineyard is over here. This is currently a farm that the landowner has not been able to farm. The last couple of years they put in for, I guess, disaster assistance last year, and they informed us they were going to do it again this year. So the only issue that we are not demonstrating on this, and I'm going to leave this with you, and these maps are there, is we realize that there is, on this TxDOT road, it is somewhat congested. So, we really think TxDOT should widen this road. We're going to dedicate the right-of-way on our property to add an additional lane, so it's there. We're going to pave it as a turn-in lane, but it'll be there available for TxDOT to use already and take whenever they widen that, as is badly needed. The other thing that's not properly shown on this is these entrances right here. And driving out there and driving up on my SUV, I'm sitting on this property for a while, and when I'm trying to turn left, I realize that's a losing proposition, and no one should ever try to turn left off of this property. So what we're going to do is we're going to angle these entrances and exits to where you could only come in from this side. You'd have to come down Passmore. If you're coming from this way, you'd have to go up Vineyard, and then down Passmore, and then enter the property this way. This will be your only entrance, and this will be your only exit, and you'll only be turning right onto Socorro Road there. As you know, there's a stoplight right at Passmore, so it's not that crazy to turn right, but turning left there is pretty monstrous. The next item that I brought is we did some architectural renderings, and again, we'll leave this for the community to look at. We're very respectful of the mission heritage of this area of the Lower Valley, of the Mission Valley. The first development that we did down here is called Mission Palms. We did it, it's right next to the San Elizario Mission, right next to the Revolte Court that's right there. And so we went through the county's mission architectural standards, and we developed a mission style architecture for our elevation. We actually like it so much that we incorporate this elevation type on all of our properties now, even the ones in El Paso. They're very popular. I think it's very fitting for our area. It's part of our heritage is the Spanish missions as they were developed here. The next things I want to draw your attention to, and just real briefly, are these are the different floor plans. We've got a one-bedroom. These are all in your packages too, if you're following along. But we've got one-bedroom units that are 667 square feet. We've got two bedrooms that are 892 square feet. And we've got 3-bedroom, 2 baths that are 1,052 square feet. And we even have 4-bedroom, 2 baths that are 1,281 square feet. All those different unit types and the mixtures are there in the packet to go through. The last thing I want to draw your attention to before I start talking about specifics and numbers is the different types of amenities. We've got this in the very back of that package. I think I've covered most of the things. Another unique thing that we do offer in all of our apartments, there's no laundry room. I mean, I know when I was in college and I lived in an apartment, it was always a hassle to collect all those quarters, so we put the washer and dryer in every unit, and the tenant has the use of those absolutely free. Also, we've got computer labs, and we've got a small library. It's mostly geared for after-school studying for the kids. We've got common area Wi-Fi. We do green building amenities, ceiling fans in every room, and a lot of cost-saving features to keep the tenants' utility bills in. Is there any questions on any of the, I don't want to rush anybody through, yes, sir?
Are you going to take in the Davila house?
Excuse me, can you say that again?
For Mr. Davila, that's the Davila farm, right?
Yes, yes.
The house is right there on the, is it right? Are you going to take it in?
Actually, the house and everything else sit here.
Pardon?
The house and everything else sit here. We wouldn't be tearing anything down.
Yeah, they didn't.
This is vacant land. Consider, and it's in your package. If you look at the aerial photograph,
yeah, this one shows it better.
So this is the farm here, and
Yeah,
this is
the
the,
dot in the house right here.
and this is the land that we're gonna be building.
We've got it highlighted in red.
Anybody else have questions? Okay, so now getting into the numbers, it's an $18 million project. This is not tax exempt property. It will pay full taxes to the city of Socorro and all the taxing jurisdictions in the area. It doesn't come with a homestead exemption for the owners. It's like I said, it's an $18 million project. Right now, the property has got an agricultural exemption, which, as you know, is from paying property taxes to any of the taxing jurisdictions. So it's a big net winner for the city of Socorro. The thing that I need, though, it's in the competitive tax credit round, they're giving us 17 points for a resolution of support from the city of Socorro. And they would also give us an additional, I believe it's up to 11 points, if you all would waive a portion of my fees. Now, the fees that we have budgeted in here are typically around $1,400 or $1,500 a unit. So it's around $200,000 or a little more in just fees, building permit fees, development fees, grading permit fees, and all the associated fees. So what I'm asking for, what I'll need in order to have a competitive score at the state of Texas, is for you to, when it comes time for me to pay those fees, is that I get a waiver to the amount of $35,000 of those fees. I made this same proposal to the town of Clint in 2012 at their town council, and they agreed that it was a good idea, and they went forward with this exact same proposal. We worked very closely with Mayor Reinhardt. He signed all the documents that I needed, and we scored very high. We were the highest scoring rural application in the region, and so that's why we were able to build that development. Yes, sir.
For my own clarification, these are rental properties, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir. The one that we did in Clint was a larger parcel. We got a larger farm from Mrs. Sparks up there. And so we were able to incorporate a single family portion into as well the multifamily. That one's got 76 rental and 150 home ownership. This is a smaller parcel, and the way that it was priced, because it has frontage on Socorro Road, it doesn't justify doing a single family development at this time. But hopefully, my company will enjoy this process and will meet wild success, and they'll be looking for more. Without disclosing too much, we're looking at some other parcels right now in the town of Socorro for single family. Anybody else? Let's see, did I read what you have? Oh, yeah. So the region, the way the regional competition works is the state sets the state up into 13 different regions. We're the far west Texas, obviously, and so we're the 13th region, we're region 13. The way that the competition works is they have a rural competition and a municipal competition. So obviously this project would be in the municipal competition, and it would be competing with other City of El Paso projects. Full disclosure, I have some other developments that I'm proposing in El Paso, but the City of El Paso has decided that they're only going to support 2 developments in El Paso this year. You may have read about one of them in the newspaper for the last year or two. It's called Art Space. I don't think it's a good public policy move that they're making. It's 51 units. It's exclusive to whoever wants to deem themselves artists. They're going to be turning away single women and children, which are primarily our tenant base. But that's what the City of El Paso decided to do. The other one that they're going to support is the rebuilding of a HUD project that the Public Housing Authority has championed. I think with your support, we're going to be very competitive. I don't want to say we'll beat both of those, but I think there's a good chance that there will be 3 funded out of the city region 13 this year, the urban region to the municipal region 13. So I think we would definitely come in either first, second, or third with your support with the way the points break down. And so that's our presentation. That's what we're asking for. I'm sorry that time is such of the essence. I didn't really find out about what the City of El Paso was going to do until about 45 days ago. And when we found out, I was sprung into action and really beat the bushes around here to try to find a competing development here in Socorro. We were lucky to find this at the right price, at the right location, and meets all the criteria TDHCA likes to see. It's in the right census tract where we get an extra couple points. And I would have taken more time to meet with each and every one of you, and I apologize out of respect that I did not do that. I'm here today to answer any questions that you have. It's a completely transparent, open government type of venture that we're doing. There's no hidden anything. It's all there presented in the
I have a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Once you get the go-ahead green light, how long do you anticipate from start to finish?
Very good question. Thank you for that. The timing on this is that TDHCA awards these the last week of July. I think this year it's scheduled for like July 26th. It's the last Thursday of July. I think it's July 26th. It takes us then about 6 months to get our financing pieces together to find our investors. And typically we start these around January or February of the following year. So we'll be looking at January or February of next year. We're just getting ready to start the one that we got awarded in Northeast El Paso last year. We're hopefully going to start it next week.
So about a year to complete?
Yes, sir. About a year to complete, exactly. It'll be fully on the tax rolls for the year 2016. Yes, sir.
Just a quick question, in terms of process. If I heard correctly, it's, right now it is a farm.
Yes, sir.
So then, do we have to go through the protocols of having a public hearing on changing the?
Yeah, so once they basically apply for it, then we go through the public hearing on changing the zoning. Right now, it's basically just an application process they're going through, and you're just asking for support.
As they get closer then?
Right.
Actually, Mr. Pettis, I'm going to start that process. If you approve this today, I'm going to get with Mr. Murphy probably tomorrow and start that process. I didn't want to start undertaking that expense until I was sure that the city supported the project.
Anybody else have any questions?
What happens, again, what happens if we don't waive those fees, besides you not getting those points?
Yeah, I don't think that the project will be competitive enough without both of the point items that I'm asking for. Like I said, I've got some other developments. There's a gentleman named Mike Monty that partners with Hunt Building Corporation in El Paso. He's submitted, we're at the process right now where you could get extra points if you submitted a pre-application on January 10th. Well, because I didn't have my ducks in a row for this project, I've already lost those 6 points because I didn't know what El Paso. So I know what pre-applications are in. And the Monty Hunt team has 3 in. I have 2 in. The Housing Authority has 1, and ArtSpace has 1. So it's going to be very competitive to come in one of those top 3 spots. So without the fee waiver, I probably wouldn't submit the application for the scope.
Yeah, and as Paul said, I mean, we did speak with Mr. Reinhardt. I spoke with Mayor Reinhardt as well, and he was very complimentary of you on what you all did with the process and the results. He was very happy with it. So he was showered with praise, and he was very happy with the results of that.
Great.
And I can tell council that that's part of the session we went to, the training session we went to, we talked about incentives to promote building the business and everything in your community. This is one of the things that they kind of spoke of. So.
This is something that I feel is another thing that I have besides points to appeal to TDHCA, is Socorro has been shut out of this process. I've been doing this for 15 years. To my knowledge, Socorro has never gotten these dollars from the state of Texas. And it's not set aside for El Paso like El Paso arrogantly thinks. They refer to this as their money. And I sat there at that city council meeting and I listened to that and I said, yeah, let's see what the city of Socorro has to say about that. So that's why I'm here.
I would like to make a motion to approve resolution 473 for the city of Socorro to authorize the waive permit fees for the amount of $35,000 in-kind contribution.
Second the motion.
All right, Mr. Bowen, second.
Motion made by Rene Rodriguez.
Just a second. Motion second. Do we have any discussion, Mr. Rodriguez?
No, I think it's good for our community, especially because you guys are gonna offer not only affordable housing, but you're gonna also help them with classes for GD if they're not have the education or it's things of that nature. I mean, it's something that it's gonna benefit the community and the residents. So,
And just one request, and it would be that please don't let the buildings become dilapidated. That's one thing that, in terms of housing, they start very nicely, and then over the years you start seeing less and less of the maintenance portion of it. And so that's what I would ask that be.
Absolutely. I think, unique to us is we are a home grown developers. We do live in this community and we take very much pride in our developments. I would love to, if you ever have time, Councilman Pettis, or any of you, to show you some of our 14-year-old projects. The first ones we did, they still look brand new. And I think Demetrio, who's our property manager for Tropicana Properties, wants to speak to that one too.
Thank you, council members. My name is Demetrio Jimenez, the president of Tropicana Properties. I am the property manager as well as help Bobby put these applications together. One of the things that we pride ourselves is being on the forefront of taking care of our property. TDHCA on an annual basis comes down and audits our apartments for not only the compliance on making sure that these families are low income, but also they audit the physical side of it, the condition of the building. And I am proud to say that we're the highest scoring of any developer in the state of Texas, if not in the country, of getting 100 on these. I go to conferences on a national scale, and I hear complaints from other developers that how do you pass this UPCS score, the Uniform Physical Condition Survey? And we tell them it's because these guys are dedicated in keeping up with the maintenance of their property. Another thing, though, is the things that we offer, we get quality tenants into our apartments. We don't let any sex offenders onto our property. We do a lot of counseling, credit counseling, financial literacy, home buyer counseling. One of our mottos is let Tropicana Properties put you in a Tropicana home. There's an article about incubating pushing home buyers in the back of that that's been published statewide, where we take apartment dwellers who are low income and very soon they start earning more income. And we're not the housing authority. We don't kick them out. What we do is we incubate them, don't increase their rent, but then we try to sell them a house at the end. Yeah, yes, sir.
Actually, give me a second. Lori was next. Okay.
It's okay, he has something.
No, I want to thank them for picking my district to do it. Buy some more land.
You know, Mr. Bowling, the state may call and ask you if me and you are related.
That's one of the things.
I just have a couple of questions. It's not to be confused with Tropicana Homes. It's owned by Frankie Arroyo.
No, my family owns Tropicana Homes. I know Frankie Arroyo very well.
Is it one and the same?
His brother is here.
Okay, is one and the same?
No, we've done some joint ventures together, but Frankie has his own company. It's called Cisco Homes.
Okay.
It's Frankie's.
Okay. And the second question, it's not to be confused with the housing projects that we used to see down in South El Paso.
Absolutely
Not that kind of low-income housing.
Not that, no, sir. That's a HUD program. And while we do take the Housing Choice Section 8 vouchers, the tenant-based vouchers that they get to choose wherever they want to live in the area, this has nothing to do with HUD. It's fully a private sector program, and I think it's the best program the government ever came up with.
I think you guys, hello, sir.
Jim?
Council, I just wanted to inform you, I think I've told at least 3 of you this, for those that I haven't, in the interest of full disclosure. I've been a lawyer in El Paso for about 20 years. Over the years, I've represented Tropicana Properties or Tropicana Homes or one or another of Bobby's and Demetrio's companies. I obviously don't represent them in relation to this, and I haven't provided them any advice about this.
Thank you. All right, so any other comments? No.
Motion made by Rene Rodriguez, seconded by Gloria Rodriguez, to approve resolution 473. Victor Perez.
Aye.
Rene Rodriguez.
Aye.
Joseph Pauling.
Aye.
Sergio Cox.
Yes, ma'am.
And Gloria Rodriguez.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mayor and Council.
Thank you.
Looking forward to working with you very much. We'll leave all these here for anybody that needs them.
Is that the only design?
We can work with you on that. We do have to, because it's on Socorro Road, the Mission Trail.
Right.
We do have to respect the mission architectural standard. So, yes, ma'am.
Jim, would you like to go take executive? I know.
Yes, sir. That'd be all.
Which items do you want to discuss?
It would be 18 through 21.
Sorry?
18 through 21.
All right. Motion to executive, please.
Motion to send to executive.
Motion made by Victor Perez, seconded by Rene Rodriguez to move into executive session. Victor Perez.
Aye.
Rene Rodriguez.
Aye.
Joseph Pauling. Sergio Cox.